We have watched with keen interest the level of destruction, including the loss of over 20 lives of innocent Nigerians.
What is happening in Kano is as good as madness. A governor who assumed office, within 6 days of assumption of office, you are demolishing structures. So what are you relying on? It is a clear case of political witch hunt.
Welcome to Nation's Voice Tower. My name is Angelo, your anchor, and this is another episode of What is Trending. As court proceedings in the nation's Federal Capital Territory continue, Labour Party chieftain and lawmaker Honorable Amobi Oga, the same honorable or the same lawmaker that went viral many weeks ago when he applauded the job of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and opted to say that the president was a good man and all of that. He has urged his party's presidential candidate, he has blown hot again, urging Peter Obi to sheath his sword and drop the petition against President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and support the Ahmed Tinubu's administration for the sake of peace in the country. Honorable Oga, who represents Isikwato Umunneochi Federal Constituency, insisted that Nigeria is bigger than any politician and that her unity and peace must come first in any political ambition. Without much ado, let me give you a brief clip from that video where Honorable Oga made that statement. I guess Labour Party supporters and members would get his head off for this. Watch this.
Once you're in this politics, don't lose hope. Don't think that if you don't win today, you will not win again. And once somebody have won the election, to be a good sports person, you must give the person support. For me, like I said earlier, last 2 weeks, that trended all over the world. When I told the people, election have come and gone. Now it's about governance. And whoever God has given that mandate to represent the people, you must respect that institution. Because today, why I'm representing you is that institution that brought me to this place. So for that reason, and that is why I always say, whoever that is in that seat, give the person that support until either court said otherwise or God said otherwise. We must put Nigeria first. Nigeria is more important than anybody. Is more important than me. In fact, let's leave that for another day, but I can tell you, it's only God that gives power.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is still your most preferred YouTube channel. Honorable Oga was, well, let me say, he's an inexperienced politician because this is his first time in office. And if you hear him speak, you will know that he's talking from an inexperienced point of view. No experienced politician will come up to say, although all things being equal, you could say good things about anybody doing good, but this is politics. And for example, this is Nigerian politics. You shouldn't be saying, applauding a member of the opposition, whether he is doing the best of all deeds politically. That is what Nigerian politics has showed us over time. But though, that's not the right thing to do. That's left for the Labour Party supporters. So see what they will do, if they will rip his head off from his body, or if they will eat him up raw on social media though. That is that on that particular update. In another development in Kano State, the demolition of structures in Kano State by Governor Abba Yusuf, also known as Abba Gida Gida of the New Nigerian People's Party, has continued to generate more reactions from civil society groups. As one of them, the Good Governance and Change Initiative has asked Governor Abba Yusuf to quickly stop the ongoing demolition with immediate effect. Demolition of structures in the metropolis rather, and rather opt for an amiable or amicable resolution. Addressing a press conference earlier, the spokesperson of the group and coordinator, Ogeni Oboku, threatened the governor to sue him to court if nothing is done to address what he called as an indiscriminate demolition and waste of public funds. Now, he expressed disappointment in the leadership of the New Nigerian People's Party and to why a governor will have to start demolition of infrastructure just barely 20 days in office. This particular group have blown hot about the ongoing demolition in Kano State, and they have ordered the governor. This particular statement made by this coordinator is quite strange. I think Governor Abba Yusuf will be so infuriated, exasperated, and so angry if he hears this particular statement from this so-called civil society group. Let me leave you to watch a brief interview where Ogenye Opoku made statements and called out the new governor of Kano State, Abba Yusuf.
We have watched with keen interest the level of destruction done in Kano metropolis, including the loss of over 20 lives of innocent Nigerians who died during the process of the unlawful demolition of property in the state. The government claimed that 2 persons died, but our team who were in Kano and on ground say that over 20 persons have died, which is a serious concern for the human rights community. More worrisome is the trend of successful governors destroying legacies of the previous administration in a way to slight the outgoing governor, either based on hatred or fear of popularity, among others. It is a sad era in the history of Kano State, where a government saddled with the responsibility of protecting lives and property is the one demolishing structures legally built by citizens and investors with their hard-earned resources, thereby inflicting pain on the people.
I think we need a constitutional review in the country and to empower the electoral body to also include sanitary tests on every candidate of political parties before they emerge. Because what is happening in Kano is as good as madness. A governor who assumed office, within 6 days of assumption of office, he are demolishing structures. So what are you relying on? It is a clear case of political witch hunt, which is now affecting the whole country. I want to say here, very clear, that Governor Abba Yusuf has failed the people of Kano State. And as we speak, even his supporters are no longer proud of him.
All right, Abba Yusuf is left for you to answer that query because those statements were so strong. He described Abba Yusuf as an insane governor. Well, that's bad, but we'll see what Abba Yusuf has to do about that, although I know that Abba Yusuf would hardly answer critics because he's undertaking the party's own, let's say, manifesto, because the previous government was more of an enemy sort of government, because Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, who was once a member of the Konkosia movement from the NNPP, defected to the APC, and I think that should be the genesis of their issues. So that is that for those in Kano State to resolve, because Abba Yusuf is yet to reply to these statements, though it was made this morning, but he's yet to reply to those statements. We hope to see what the Kano State government will say on what the civil society group led by Ogenye Opoku had to say. Right, finally, before I give you this update, I would love to urge our viewers, both incoming and already existing, to please tap the subscribe button. Also tap the notification bell so you will get updates anytime we drop new contents. And please, our viewers, most lovely, drop your comments in the comment section if you feel different from anything we do, and then don't forget to like these videos too, and then watch till the end. These things you do make YouTube, make our videos go viral. Thank you for all your support, both offline and online. Lastly, former Director of Army Public Relations, retired Brigadier General Sani Usman, has condemned the statement made by Asari Dokubo, the chairman of the Niger Delta People's Volunteer Force, on his recent allegations about the utmost involvement of the Nigerian Army and Nigerian Navy in oil theft around the Niger Delta region. He was so angry about what Asari Dokubo said, and hence he has called out the Niger Delta inhabitants, including Asari Dokubo, to please mind their statements, and he gave a quick solution to what he thinks should be the baseline to what insecurity and oil theft in the Niger Delta should pose. Listen to this yourself.
It's quite unfortunate, and it was so sad and unfortunate for anybody to come out and denigrate the Nigerian military. And you know how much they have been putting effort to secure the Nigerian, particularly the Navy and the Army. And sometimes the previous allegations do not even add up. Take, for instance, I was in Kaduna since day before yesterday and yesterday. So I know what was going on. And of course, I know that even the newly appointed Chief of Army Staff, you have the records. He led in patrols and clearance of some of these bandits and kidnappers enclaves. So it does not add up for anybody to just wake up and say that he was the one securing Kaduna Abuja Road. We have seen the dug-in trenches and what have you. In fact, if time permit, I will give you a story. When we were driving with myself and my family, and of course shortly after the Greenfield University, and of course I developed a flat tire. So we were joking among ourselves with my children and daughters. They were saying, okay, in case kidnappers come, what will you do? One of my son was saying that he will climb he will climb a tree. So his younger sister was telling him they will bring you down. So anytime I'm driving by, right, we remember that experience. But now that place has been cleared, we have military forward operation base along that axis. So all the crossing line, and of course there were dug in trenches, and you can see the MRAPs and what have you. So right. I mean, it's really ridiculous for anybody to come and make those unfounded allegations. But it's understandable. He's a merchant of conflict. So I believe he wants to reposition himself for securing of some of the oil pipelines. Right. So basically that is it. But it doesn't add up, really.
Thank you. Right. Okay, that was retired Brigadier General Sani Usman there, talking to Asari Dokubo straightforwardly. Well, Asari Dokubo has made lots of controversial statements in the country, ranging from his boys protecting oil in the Niger Delta, his boys protecting the railway in the Kaduna State, led militants sort of protection and so on and so forth. But everybody will continue to claim his own part of his own security, because at some point, I think the Rivers State government opted for Tompolo and his boys to guard the oil rigs and so on. But, well, we have lots of security agencies, the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Navy, the NSCDC, and what have you, so, and all that. So you could also opt for this sort of security agencies, because these are their jobs. Please don't opt for militants to come and serve as a sort of protection to us, because we see no reason why rebellious people should serve as sort of protection, because they know these places so well. The Nigerian Army can also know these places so well, because it is their paramount job to do so. Please, Asari Dokubo, shoot your sword and stop making derogatory statements at government agencies. Thank you for joining us. I hope you keep a date with us in my next video. See you next time. Bye.